We should try in as much as possible to reject any bribery, favoritism, or any financial misconduct of any form. Let us uphold to the dignity of what Vishtech. We shouldn't be corrupt. We shouldn't favor somebody over another person. If this person deserves this, he should be given. It's his right. He deserves it. Not because somebody will come and pay me and said, Hafsat, assign this job to so. No, we can't do that. So please, in everything we do, we should have zero tolerance for corruption. And then manners, integrity, just as we said, integrity is just you being honest. You should present yourself in a manner that suits the what organizational value and what an image of that organization. And we should perform our duties diligently. We should avoid being negligent. We should avoid shortcuts or any delay. If a job is assigned to us, please and please, we should strive to deliver that job. Even if we can't deliver at that stipulated time, we should please make an effort. So I think with that, I've come to the end of my presentation. But before I go, please, they say for you to be hard work. For Vishtech to succeed is not just being about us being hardworking. No, we need to be consistent in all we do. We need to be present at everything. All these small efforts we make is what will make Vishtech to grow. So please, I'm truly passionate and happy to be part of this team. I hope you too. I hope the goal is not to fail your CV or resume. This is a good time to check again. So please, with that, I've come to the end of my presentation. If you have any question, I'm open to it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, amiable head of HR, and it's quite a very concise and straight to the point presentation. Thank you for that, and for also keeping the time. That was a very good example for us today. So now it's time to ask questions. I know the answer is not complete, and currently I think 2 persons are not on this call. I can find Blessing here, I can find Ephraim, and I will want the unit head to account for that. The unit head for Ephraim, quickly, can you account for his absence?
Okay. Good morning. All.
Morning.
I didn't know the reason why he left, because just when I came in and I did see him, I sent him a message. So which he hasn't responded yet to know why. I've sent him a message.
All right. So the bottom line is you don't know why it's not here yet. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's ask for Blessing. Admin, can you report for that? Can you account for absence? She's not here. Can't find her on this list.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I don't know why Blessing is not here on this call, because I sent out a message and she didn't report that she won't be able to make it. Earlier, while I joined the call, she was here, but right now I can't find her, so I'll send her a message to confirm why she's not here.
Okay. All right, that's all right. It's just important for us to account for one another. We just learned that from the presentation of the HR, and I think it's about time we start putting stuff like that into play. So it is important to know why a member of a team will not be available, and we'll be able to, also intervene if there's a need for us to either intervene or help them with any resources they might need. So
we're getting a particular kind of noise.
Are you still getting the noise? Are you getting any noise still? Is anybody getting any noise?
No, no, no.
No, we're okay.
Naomi. Okay, so anybody have a question for HR? And I think this is a very, very important because she has just broken down. And I must really appreciate you for that. You broke it so easy. Uh, and it makes it very clear. It's very, very concise, very, very clear, no beating about the bush. It's just what we need to know, right? So, and I think that this also should raise some questions, probably from some of us that may be a bit maybe confused with one thing or the other regarding.
Please, is it just me that is getting this background noise?
It's only from you because you can't get that background noise from here. Please confirm, let me be sure that
No, it's
it's not.
okay, my end. I can hear you clearly. There's no background noise.
What do we do now to help Naomi? Because you are the only one hearing this
And
background noise.
let her end the call and join again. So maybe
No, not end the call, please. You can leave and join again.
don't like that's what I mean. You can leave and join.
So you are asked to leave the call and rejoin. It looks like a network challenge. That looks like a network challenge from your part. Yeah, so you can rejoin the meeting. I think that should be able to solve the problem. All right. So any question? Yes, question. We need to go to the next section now.
Yeah, okay. I have like a question, sir.
Okay. Please go on.
And okay, I believe that HR department is just like the provost of maybe an organization or something
Mm.
like that. If I'm not, is that true?
HR is managing human resources. So she's managing all of us. That's what HR unit is doing. But this is
No, no,
HRS. So I'm not. Are you asking for HR unit or HR head?
no. As in general, the unit.
Okay, the unit in general, everyone in the unit for now is responsible for the welfareism of every one of us and all our activities. That is what HR unit is into. That's just simply put. Activities
Okay,
and then human resources, talent, resources, activities, anything resources. They have it's under their watch, it's under their control.
okay. So what I'm trying to say is that for all these people that have been absent, especially Blessing, because when we first joined, I saw her. She was there actually, but
Mm.
later left, and which we don't know why she left the meeting or something like that. So the HR unit are they the one responsible to my maybe like start quarreling her, maybe asking her why is it that she's not here, those kind of a thing. Sometimes we feel funny, that's the truth because sometimes, you know, I don't know about others, but I'm just trying to like give an example with blessing or something like that. Sometimes some member they tend not to like respect maybe like the HR department, maybe thinking that who are they? You're not the CEO, so why will you be telling me all this kind of a thing? Because I can't believe that after telling Blessing, like Naomi said that she sent her message and she didn't indicate whether she would be around or no. So she didn't say anything. So she came and decided to leave. And I'm very sure the day you spoke to her, she didn't behave the way she's behaving. So what I'm saying is that why our other member always like trying to like disrespect maybe the HR. Why? I don't know why. That they only give listening here to maybe like the CEO kind of a thing. I don't know. Because I clearly see that's what is really happening. It's not to that they are not really respecting like that HR unit.
Mm.
That's That's why all these things happening. So, and I'm very sure, assuming you're the one like truly following up what Blessing is doing, she will not be doing it. I'm very, very sure. I'm 100% sure.
Hmm. HR head.
Mr. Ishaya, even if it's the CEO that is following, human beings are human beings. Your character says who you are. So whether even if it's the CEO that is following her up, or she'll still behave the way she's behaving. That's who she is. That's her character. And sorry, regarding to Blessing, we are actually working on it. The HR, yeah, on her behaviors, why she's behaving, how she's behaving. So very soon we'll give you a feedback on Blessing. It's just about commitment. She's not committed. That's just the truth of the matter. Because we said you being hardworking is not you doing your job. Try to show up, no matter how little it is. Be consistent. But she's not consistent. We're trying to give her a second chance. But
No,
if she messes
yeah,
this chance up,
sorry,
that's that.
sorry, sir. Yeah, you said commit that she's not committed, like because this is something that you people have been following her up, like right before the retreat,
Mm.
telling her why she be here, all those kind of things, but she's still behaving the way she was. So this is not about commitment. I think so. It's not about commitment. There must be something. If not, it's not today now. Even this morning, Abi Naomi, she's saying that she sent a message that she's supposed to be here. She just show herself and she leave. That's kind of not. That's not commit. That's no commitment actually. That maybe she's not committed or something like that. This is not about commitment. There must be something, you know, because you can't just be behaving like they will be asking you, like they'll ask you the reason why you're not here and you won't give like a genuine. You don't even want to answer. And I'm very sure, like how many, even like partners in our message that why is she behaving that way? The last time me and her that's the truth. Me and her, I really talked to her, thinking that because the way I took my time to like speak to Blessing, it took like almost an hour. But Blessing could not say, he was just saying, okay, 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 okay. And at the end of the day, it just seemed as if I just wasted my time. That is the truth. I just wasted my time. She's still behaving. So it's not that she's committed to what, or she's not committed to what she's doing. From the beginning, she has not been doing it. Is it joining the meeting that is not committed to maybe joining the meeting or posting on our this thing? This behavior, that's one thing that you people are supposed to like really correct. So it's not about she being committed or not committed, something like that. So I think that's what I see actually.
Mr. Isha, we've heard you. We'll work on that.
Hmm.
But I believe she just has a nonchalant attitude. Had it been
Hmm.
if this job is a
Yeah,
paying job, I'm telling you, she'll be
exactly,
committed. But
exactly.
because it's a volunteering work, so what the hell, whether I'm here or not, you understand?
Hmm.
So, but we'll work on that. We've had you.
Hmm.
And Miss Naomi, with the CEO, we'll come with a resolution on that.
Uh, this is a very good contribution, great contributions, and I must confess, it just kept me thinking over and over again. I'm asking myself a question that everybody I'm seeing on this list there are all volunteers. And the meeting I was having with some of us yesterday, and then I was sharing that so far so good. If you ask me, if you tap me, probably I'm asleep and you just tap me up and just ask me to send you a list of people that are committed here. These are just the name of the people that would come to my mind, then they will come out of my mouth. So I think one of the things that this retreat is doing for us is to help us filter, is to help us see, because we are about to get into another level, to another stage of Vishtech in 1 week time. Like this time next week, we'll be celebrating Vishtech officially. I had a meeting with a partner yesterday, and he said that what we are doing, we have not even started anything. We are just managing ourselves, trying to build and build. He said what we are doing right now, that he has been watching closely all the activities that I've been doing, because I used to give him updates and share with him some of this we are doing and all. And then all this retreat, all this building capacity that we are doing, all that posting, all the designs that we are doing, this schedule program that you saw here, in all those content that you saw, and it was like every single thing that we are doing here that is really inspiring him. And this is someone that has a company, a CEO of a company that is doing great though. But it's really inspiring him, and he's beginning to adopt some of the things we are doing into their own system. And he's really planning. He had a schedule now. They had a plan now with their team, their management team, and they already sent me an invitation yesterday for one of their upcoming programs to come and give a speech there. And you know, I took that back. I was still at work yesterday when we had that meeting, and I sat down on my seat and I was just reflecting. I think the stage we are going into now in Vishtech, we are going to go in with a model. And that model is, we are only going to work with people that really want to be here going forward. You know, revising this aligned to our vision. If this is the set of people we want to build, then we're going to focus on ensuring that we had, just like some of the conduct that HR talk about now, we are going to be imbibing those conduct, those character into the kind of professionals that we want to bring into the system. We're not just bringing professional that is nonchalant, that feels that no. If you can't pay me, I can't be in your system. That's not the kind of. Is it because we are poor? No, we are not poor by the grace of God. But if we are building a system, we have to be strategic about it. We have to be sure that yes, this is our vision we are pursuing for real. So if this is what we can afford for now, the fact that this is what we can afford for now does not mean we are poor. We learned about financial management yesterday, right? And if you see my note, very long, I was just jotting stuff out. I'm going to share the slide after the concept of the slide. I'm going to share it with us, going forward. But this is what we can afford for now. And in my years of experience, I believe that if you truly want to do this, if it aligns to your passion, if it aligns to your own goal, to your personal vision, if you want to do it, you will prioritize the work that they pay. This is what I've seen over time. Regardless of your level of professionalism, you prioritize your pay, you prioritize your work that they pay, your output, your delivery that they pay. Because if you have something you are pursuing, all of us here, is it that we don't have other advantages to do? Of course we do. But one way or the other, we all have our personal reasons why we want to be here at this time. I want to be a part of whatever we are doing now. And I just thought to myself, I said to myself, that is the system we're going to now apply as we climb up. When we get to it's enough, putting much pressure on ourselves because of some nonchalant attitude. No. It's just a signal for us that this is not the kind of professional we need in our system. That's what it means. So, and I think I'm just going to propose and also suggest to the HR unit that they might also adopt this thing into their objectives and working principle in the unit. That going forward, and I think this is just to build up. We are already in the second section, okay? This is just to build up on where HR stopped. Each unit should be pick from our vision and mission and core values and apply it to the agenda of each unit. And this is the first task I'm giving to all unit head now from this retreat. So you pick these core values that HR share with us, add it, paste it on the wall of your unit. And every activity, anything we do, how we manage our unit members, how we manage our activities, how we manage our work should align to those core values. Because those core values are reporting to the mission, they are reporting to the vision. So if we can begin to work with that perspective, I think we'll be able to take the right action pattern. We'll be able to take responsibility and ownership of everything that happens within our space. Nothing should happen in this small thing that we are building. Nothing should happen here without the HR unit very, very keen and rich with the information of what is happening. They should be rich with it. And this is taking ownership and tracking the system. Oh, this is happening. We must do something about it. And that's what we transfer the passion to others as well. And that is the kind of perspective other member of this team we use to carry the HR unit as well as other unit members, other unit heads. The way you project to your unit member, if you try to ensure that you make them act professionally, they will begin to view you from that angle and begin to give you that regard as well. So we need to apply this system going forward, and it may interest you because you know that they won't be pressure anymore on do this, do that, don't do this. Why are you doing this? Why are you not doing that? No. In the past 2 days, I have been doing my own study and I have discovered that those who are truly passionate, I want to be here. I know them. But then we are going to still send out an evaluation form after today's retreat, okay, to also hear from everyone, everybody, including myself. We're going to hear from us, submit the form, and we'll review it from the management level. We'll review it and make decision based on that. So no qualms. Let's keep doing what we have to do. Let's keep bringing out our hate games. Let's ensure that in your own responsibility, just look around your space. Just make sure that in my own space, I will not fail. In my own space, I am not failing. In my own space, I am not behind. I am not below expectation. HR said something at that time, and I think it's a good thing for us to also adopt. We may not be perfect. Myself, as I speak to you, I read every now and then. I spend money buying textbooks. I just bought this textbook. This is because I'm craving for knowledge. I want to know more. I want to be better than this. I'm not always satisfied. And this is one thing you should know about me. I don't like to settle for what I've just known or what I know. I want to know more. I want to, I get bored easily once I'm doing the same thing over and again. This thing is simple now. I'm doing so and again. I get so bored easily. So I want to take up new challenge. I want to do something. It may be tasking, it may be challenging. It may take my time, my sleepless night. I might even skip my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and be eating late in the midnight. But I'm happy because I know a time will come, then all of us that are actually applying this to our work life would want to sit back and see things work on our behalf. It doesn't just work for them. Because for me, the models, those I look up to, those I replicate, the step they've taken, those who I follow in a way, this is the kind of life they lead while they were younger as well. So now they are at a point where they don't bother themselves. Them being alive alone commands a lot of things for them. And I think I want to invite you to this kind of mindset as well. So you don't bother about whatever that person is doing at the moment. This is a phase that, yes, this is a phase. This is a phase where you will know that, oh, this is kind of professional. And it also helps us to revise our vision, to revise our mission, to know, yes, okay, if we are saying we want to form a network of professionals, then this is a kind of people. This is the kind of professionals we really want. Okay, let's pick this and let's cover. Let's add it to let's add this to this. Let's add that to that. It helps us to shape everything that we are doing. So it's not bad. It's part of the outline. When you draw a graph, there are some points that are always outside deviation. Call it standard deviation. All right. There are some points that are always outside the perfect line. It's okay. It's okay. It's actually telling you something. So check that test again. Run that test again. Maybe this mission was not correct. Maybe that step, that model, that framework, it's pointing to something for you to check, which is actually wisdom. So let's all be happy. Let's put our smiling faces. We are not out of track. It's okay. It's okay. We just want to be sure that they are fine. We just want to be sure that they are all right. No harm is happening to them. So as long as it's there, then no problem. They are good. Okay. So I would just encourage us to keep doing our stuff, keep improving. Okay, we are launching next week. Let's keep working towards perfection. Yes, only God is perfect, but we have the ability to be standard. We have the ability to be excellent. That's the truth. So let's keep working towards our ability to be excellent. Let's keep working towards our ability to be standard. So I think having said that, one more thing I would need to talk about before I think uh, let me reach out to the next speaker after me. Uh, I'm gonna try to send her a message. You know, that her own time is different from us, so probably uh, probably she's missing the time from her side. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about my section was TTE, that's Tools and Technology for Efficiency, but time has gone now. I don't want us to take much time today. So I'm just going to give an overview because if I just share screen now, I'm going to take a long time. I'm expecting the new speaker to come in shortly. I just sent out a message now. So and if you have any other comments regarding the previous issue we just raised, you can always talk to me in private. All right. So our tools and technology for efficiency, we are going forward because of the fact that most of our works right now is virtually, and we are working. We are using a virtual working system for now, which implies that we are going to be maximizing a lot of tools. We're going to be maximizing a lot of tools to ensure efficiency, to ensure effectiveness in our work delivery. And some of the tools that we're going to be using, they are Microsoft products and also Google products. So for some of the Microsoft products we're going to be using, they're going to be Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, these are some of the tools we are going to be using, and I believe, if not all of us, at least everybody here knows how to know one or two things on this product, on Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint. We all can do one or two things there, right? So please, if you can't, it's a good time to start practicing. Okay, and if you need assistance at any point in time, you can meet with the admin, let her know, so that we could find a way around it for you, because it's important to know how to do that. You can be given a task that you have to use any of these two. So how do you go about it? So that is that. And the alternative to those that are listed, they are Google products, which is Google Doc, Google Sheet, and Google Slide. So these are alternatives to Microsoft products. We are using the two actually. Okay, we are using the two. It all depends on which device you are using at that moment where you are doing that task. Sometimes if you send me a document on my email, I might have to just open it on Google Sheet or Google Doc or Google, what is it called now, or Google Slide. But if you send me like a document that I can download, I will download it and open it with Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint. So it all depends on the format that you send to me or that you are asked to work on. So, but you must be able to switch between any of those apps and then do your work without interruption, without complaining that this one is not Microsoft Excel, I can't work on it. So now, one of our core values is you have to be able to stretch yourself beyond your comfort zone. That's what makes you excellent. That's excellence, right? So excellence doesn't come at mediocrity. Excellence. Yesterday when I was having a meeting, I was a bit 2 hours late yesterday after we finished. So I rushed in for a meeting, and my professor was saying that I enjoy reading your paper, because he's reviewing some of my proposals at the moment. It was like, I enjoy reading your paper. It's not because I want to probably impress him. Yes, I want to as well. But then I need to ensure that I show that element of excellence in anything I do. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect, please. But I'm telling you that excellence can be practiced and displayed in everything you do. It's just being intentional. It's just having that right mindset towards it. Because the world we live, the podium we want to climb, the nations we want to invade, these are nations that you can't get there if you're not excellent. You can't strive well if you're not excellent. You can't say you want to go and stay in places like Canada, South Africa, UK, US, Australia, Sweden. You don't want to go to those nations without having this quality of excellence, especially if you are going to be taking high skill responsibilities. Because the basic thing you think you know, that's not what they want to hear. They want to hear from you. They want to see from you if you have something much more than this. So how do you get to that point? It's by striving, practicing, learning. I told you I just bought this book is very expensive, but I don't mind today, because I want to be excellent at this. I'm not excellent enough. I'm not satisfied yet. I want more. There is more because I've seen more, so I want more. I want that more. So what more do you also want? It's a question, okay? And other tools that will be using, Telegram has come to stay, and I'm glad to hear the feedback that I got yesterday about. We didn't even know that we can share screen on Telegram. We didn't even know about three of the current speakers that we have, including the ones from yesterday. I think 2 gave that comment. The 2 people that shared screen yesterday, they gave that comment, Engineer Pera and Mr. Moses. They were like, we didn't even know that. You can see that even Mr. Moses was not getting the sharing of.
Hello, sorry, please, I can't hear him.
Yeah, we can't hear you actually. That's why I even left it. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you now.
When did you stop hearing me, please?
A minute ago.
Okay. Did you hear when I said we'll be training on certain?
No.
We'll start
Where you want?
Where you talked about Telegram.
Where you were talking about Moses.
Okay.
She was
Okay. I said so many things afterwards. Wow. Okay, it's okay, no problem. So what I was saying before that time was, we'll then have further series into the future where we'll now train on these technologies, right? And just like I was sharing with you that majority don't even know the capacity that Telegram has now. And that's one of the beautiful things you'll be enjoying being a part of Vishtech team. And you would create, and we'll be very, very intentional with this because we are going to be starting Vishtech Academy. Okay. And we are going to be the facilitator. We're going to be the trainers. So you can be placed on a task. You can be asked to go and take a level on this also topic. Okay, go and train this set on this tool. Go and train this set on Trello, how to use Trello for project management. For some of our students, that will be training on tech skills. on complete life cycle of software development. We train some of our students on that. So we definitely will need them to know how to use Trello, Notion for project management and for documentation of their project task. So we can ask you, we can say, okay, Mr. Robert, go and take this particular level on this topic for this particular period of time. So if you miss any of the trainings we give here, it will affect your deliveries. So we are intentional about this retreat we are doing just to ensure that we improve professionally, individually, and as a team, as a vision. Okay, so another tool that we'll be looking forward to also engage us with is Canva. Canva is a very popular tool. If you don't know how to use Canva here, don't worry. It's not, you are not, nothing is wrong with you. You are okay. You are perfectly okay. Okay. So we are going to train you subsequently. We're going to have series. Just like I said, I'm going to work closely with the HR unit. We are going to have a timetable for each series. Please take note of that, admin. We're going to have series for each and every one of us, for the whole team rather, to train on each of these tools and technologies going forward. Then we'll talk about Trello. I wanted to show us, because from next week or 2 weeks time, we start using Trello, okay, for most of our tasks. But then I need to walk us through to the interface and how to engage with it. So that when you are given a task on Trello, you get a notification and you know how to navigate. But I think we have to create one of our meeting time to do that, because time we are out of time now and our next speaker is here already. Oh, okay. So I think I need to round up now. So Notion is also one of those tools I would need to also introduce to us. Slack. We all need to be on Slack. So we'll show us how to do that later on, and some other beautiful tools that we'll be bringing on board for everyone. So please, when you see a notification on CBR, this edition 1, edition 2 is coming. When you see CBR, please don't miss it. Find a way to put into your schedule to be a part. And we all grow. We all have to grow. It is important for our mental health. It is important for our well-being. It's important for our professional success. All right. So if you have questions on any of those, please, you can join to my DM because I'm out of time now. I'm so excited to have another awesome individual with us. Awesome. It will interest you to know that these are people that are passionate about seeing people succeed and seeing systems succeed. Okay, and we as a group, we as an organization, we don't take such people for granted, and it's a privilege to have Mrs. Margaret with us, who will be taking us today on team building and conflict management. And another thing that we need to know about her, I'm going to just project shortly. Just give me a sec. Okay. So Ms. Margaret is in Kenya, and the head of programs are Scaling Up Nutrition Civil Society Alliance, SUN CSA. And as a passionate public health nutritionist, Margaret drives initiatives that promote health, well-being, and equality. And with a strong commitment to gender equality, women's empowerment, and community development, she works tirelessly to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. With much excitement in my heart, I want to welcome Ms. Margaret to the podium to speak to us on team building and conflict management. Thank you, Ms. Margaret. You have the floor. Yeah, you can unmute your mic. I think you're muted. Okay, let me check in there. Hello, Ms. Margaret. Can you hear me? Okay, let me check what's happening there. Okay.
Hi. Sorry, I needed to. Sorry, I needed to allow my microphone.
Oh, that's fine. You're welcome. It's good to have you here.
Okay, thanks. So I'll put on my video for a minute for you to be able to see me and see the person who is. Yeah, so this is Margaret. Yeah, from Kenya. Happy to be here to present to you on team building and conflict management. So yeah, I look forward to an interactive discussions. It's going to be very interactive so that we get to understand what team building is and also conflict management, what it is. Yeah, so yeah, look forward to that. So thank you so much, Victor. I don't know if Victor has told you how we met. Maybe that will be a story for after this session. So yeah. Okay. So I will start. Apologies, I'm not able to like share my. I'm using my phone, so I'm not able to share my slides. But after this, I'll share with Victor so that he's able to share with the rest of the team. I hope that's okay, Victor.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so we will start by an icebreaker where we will say, like in one word, what's the biggest benefits of a great teamwork, especially at Vishtech organization or rather innovation organization, considering I know that it's when you're starting and you'll be launching soon, but generally, what would you say that is a benefit of a great teamwork? It's a question for us. Naomi, Ephraim, Robert.
Hello, to me, benefit of a teamwork is all of us will achieve more, will learn more, will improve more. That, to me, that's the benefit of teamwork.
Yeah,
Everybody
that is
achieves more.
yeah, that is true. So yeah, a teamwork helps us to achieve great things. Naomi, you wanna chime in?
All right. To me, the benefit of a big teamwork is it brings a lot of ideas, different perspective from different people. So we tend to work together and achieve a common goal. We share ideas.
Yeah, that is true. It's for the benefit of sharing ideas and also achieving a better goal. Any other person?
Yeah. I think benefits of teamwork. First, there is a goal that has been stated. That the team is looking forward to achieving, of which also has a link to the vision of what that team represents. So once we are able to now work collectively, I think one of the greatest benefits we get to achieve is accomplishing that vision that we set from this onset, from the beginning of the task.
Sorry guys, it's a weekend, I'm home. Quiet. Yeah, so thanks everyone for your contribution. Yeah, so I know sometimes in our workplaces we are very diverse, And usually our success hinges on seamless collaboration. So when strong teams perform better, we are able to innovate more and reduce frictions, and also it directly impacts our shared goals. Maybe it could be client satisfaction, could be creating an environment where all of us as a team can thrive and work in peace and harmony. Yeah, so thanks very much. All of those contributions you've made are right, and yeah, it contributes to a greater team building in the organization. So generally, the purpose of this discussion is to help us understand team dynamics across the various departments. For example, learn conflict resolution techniques that can help us navigate our daily challenges in the organization or in the company. Also, it will help us to practice communication strategies through interactive exercises. And also it will help us to develop tools for building stronger cross-functional relationships within the organization, so that we are able to learn from each other and also be able to leverage on each other's strength when we are in the organization. So I'll start by defining what team building is. So team building is an ongoing process of designing and implementing activities, strategies, and practices aimed at improving the effectiveness, cohesion, and overall dynamics of a group of individuals working together towards a shared goal. Just like we've mentioned that the benefit of working in a team is to move towards a shared goal that maybe an organization has or a company has. So it majorly focuses on developing stronger relationships, enhancing communication, encouraging trust, improving collaboration, also increasing teams' ability to achieve objectives, and also to move a collection of individuals towards becoming a unified, high-performing units. So for example, we know that in a company we have various departments. For example, it could be the communication departments, it could be the marketing department, or even the IT departments. So how this team interconnects with seamless communication, it helps to achieve the shared goal of the organization. So there are some key aspects of team building, which include improving communications. This entails ensuring clear, open, and effective exchange of information and ideas. It also promotes trust and psychological safety. So for example, when the team is able to work in unison, it creates an environment where members feel safe to take risks, share ideas, and express concerns without fear or negative consequences. The other aspect is that it enhances collaboration, in which the team has the ability to work together effectively, leveraging diverse skills and perspectives. Like I mentioned earlier, the communication department may have their own strengths, the marketing department may have their own strengths, and how these two come together to converge may help the communication team and the marketing team to understand each other, and of course drive the change towards the shared goals. And also team building helps in clarifying roles and responsibilities, where it ensures that everyone understands their contributions on the team goals. The other aspect is that it helps in problem solving, where when teams are equipped, they are able to address challenges collectively. Yeah, so you'd be able to understand that this department is doing this department is doing this, and it is for the interest of the organization rather than for the individual interest. And also it boosts morale and motivation by creating a positive and supportive work environment. Yeah, and I hope Vishtech, with the word vision derived from, yeah, it has the connotation with the word vision. So I hope with that you'll be able to, as an organization, you'll be able to like boost morale and motivation so that the members can feel a safe working environment to be able to achieve the set goals that the company has set out to achieve. Now we'll go to definition of conflict management. So unless there is a question on team building. Is there anyone with a question on what I've presented on team building? If not,
It's not from my outside here. If anyone has a question, you can just unmute your mic and ask. I think none.
Okay, so I'll
None from
continue.
my
Okay, so I'll continue to conflict management. So conflict management is defined as the systematic process of identifying, addressing, and resolving disagreements or disputes in a constructive and efficient manner. The main goal is to minimize the potential negative impacts that can arise from differing opinions, objectives, or needs, while maximizing the potential for positive outcomes, for example, improving understanding, stronger relationships, and better solutions for the company that all of us are working in. So there are some aspects for conflict management. This include that we need to recognize that conflict may always arise, and being aware of the signs and stages of conflict may help us to like solve the conflicts that may arise within the various departments on our company, and be able to apply the different measures to curb conflict and making sure that it does not escalate to a level that it's not resolvable. So also ensuring that we are able to understand conflict styles, whereby we recognize the different approaches where individuals may take when faced with conflict, e.g. making sure that we accommodate each other's opinions, avoiding competition, also making sure that we compromise, because when there is a conflict, there is that need to like compromise, because it is the organization or the company that is at stake here. So how do you compromise for the benefit or for the interest of the organization, such that it's not an I affair or an I kind of a thing, but rather for the benefit of the organization. Also making sure that there is that collaboration between the various departments within the organization, yeah, in order to achieve the goal that the shared goal that we are talking about. And the other aspect is that there is need to like employ effective communication techniques when doing conflict management. So for example, active listening is one of the techniques that can be used when addressing conflict management. For example, using the I statements, such as I know I was supposed to make this deliverable at this certain time, but maybe you are not able to do it because of other pending tasks, and you decided to like prioritize it. prioritize another task. So how do you communicate that? And also, if I could give an example, so there was a time that we had it was like a soft conflict in the organization. So we were taught that it is always nice to like use the word I am sorry that this and this happened, rather than putting the blame on somebody else. So for example, if you were to do like a task, the person who is taking charge should like take that blame and then later on come to address it with the other team members. So an example would be, so for example, I used to have my supervisor, my former place of work, my supervisor, and one thing I learned from him is that he taught me that when something has happened, you all take the blame and devise ways of improving it. But if it is at a very high level, the project director may take the blame, but now after taking the blame and addressing it to the executive director, she comes down to now address it with the team, such that you don't say, this failed because Victor did not do this, Victor did not do this. And as a leader or as a supervisor, you need to make sure that your team is working in a way that they are able to communicate to you whenever they have a challenge, so that issues that can arise are able to be resolved as much as they can. Like I said, the other aspect is focusing on interest and not positions. So for example, this would mean that you like uncover underlying needs and concerns behind some certain demands. For example, you'd say that this is for the interest of the organization, and I needed to have completed this task, and you would request maybe for more time to be able to complete that task, or yeah, basically maybe that, such that you do not fall into conflict every now and then. So the other aspect of conflict management is that it encourages problem solving and negotiations, where working together to find mutually beneficial solutions for the sake of the company. The last conflict management aspect is that it promotes mediation and also encourages like a third-party intervention where necessary. So bringing like a neutral person in the conflict resolution table can really help us to like fast track resolving the conflict, and also may facilitate coming up with a solution as fast as it can be, so that we are able to like move forward with certain things in the organization. Because sometimes you know that conflict may lead to some activities or project cycle activities or implementation plan stalling because of maybe a certain conflict arising from another department. But if we are able to like come up or bring maybe a third party to help us to resolve it, it will be able to be solved fast and be able to achieve a goal at a stipulated time. Yeah, so yeah, so that's it about conflict management and team building. Still continuing. So basically, all this helps us to like build trust and clear communication. So again, I will task us to like brainstorm a bit so that we are able to like understand each other and be able to relate as much as we can within the various departments that we have within the company. So I'd pose this question. Okay, so think about your interactions with other departments. So for example, maybe if you're working in the IT or if you're working in the HR stroke marketing department, or rather IT. So just generally think about it, the way the three departments interrelate. And I would want us maybe to write one thing you genuinely need from another department to do your job better. Yeah, and also write one thing you can offer to another department to help them do their job better. Yeah, so for example, I'm in the programs department, and we work closely with the finance and also with the M&D department. So what is that one thing that I may need from these other departments to help me do my job better? And what is one thing that these other departments may need from me to help them do their job better? Yeah, it's something that we can brainstorm about and yeah, give answers to. So it's what I need versus what I offer, kind of a sprint. Or do I need to like repeat myself? Victor, have you heard me?
Yeah, clear, active. Yeah, I'm actually brainstorming.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll give us like 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So who's going first now? Are we to answer here?
Okay.
I'm asking, Margaret.
Yeah, I'm waiting for responses from the team so that
Okay.
we're able to
All right.
understand it.
All right, let's respond. Who's going first? Who's going first? Ishaya. What would you need from other departments, from other units to do your job better? And what can you give to others for them to do their job better?
Sorry, you asking the question. Like
What do you need? What do you need from another unit for you to do your job better? And what do you think you can give to other units to do their job better, especially the unit you have to work with or you work with most frequently?
Okay, okay. Let me start with what do I need from the other department?
Yeah. Are you still with us? I think he dropped out of the call. Okay, can we have someone else? Ephraim, can we have you?
Can I answer the question?
Yeah, of course, you can. If you're ready, you can. Yeah.
All right. The question is, what do I need from other departments to be able to carry out my job properly, and what I'll be able to give, right?
Yeah.
All right. When it comes to Vishtech, we have a vision and a mission. We have a certain goal that we all want to achieve. As an administrator, what I will need from them is their total cooperation. When I give out information, I expect them to respond on time to the information given out to them. And if they need clarity, they could also reach out to me. And what I'm giving to them is the schedule that they have to work with, present all the documents needed for them to carry out their task, and I expect maximum cooperation from them. Yeah, basically,
I
that's
think
it.
I think it'd be good to
Okay.
introduce yourself.
All right. Sorry about that. My name is Ali Naomi Wakawa, an administrator for Vishtech.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Now
Sorry, my network goes off actually.
it's okay.
Yeah. So, my name is Ishaya Stephanus. Actually, concerning the question she asked, what I may need maybe from the other department to be able to like carry my work effective. I think one thing I would say is communication, communication. Because if the two team or the two units is not be able to like communicate effectively, definitely there will be misunderstanding, and that understanding would definitely lead to a conflict. So communication is very, very on the this thing. It's very, very important when it comes to like working together in a team.
Hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think we have to respond already. Miss Margaret?
Yeah, so thanks everyone. Yeah, we know that from those few contributions, we know that we need each other in one way or another. So it's like a give and take kind of a relationship to help the company thrive. So I'll reiterate this by saying that we know that trust is the bedrock that builds reliability and open communications. So we need to like make sure that miscommunication, or when you communicate rightly, it will help us to achieve the certain goals that the organization has set out to do. And also it promotes like a seamless conversations or delivery of duties within the organizations, especially across the different departments. And also it helps us to like curb conflicts that might arise, because when you communicate and you know that this is what I have to give and this is what this person is supposed to be offering to me to make sure that I have a conducive environment for work, it will help us to avoid those conflicts and also help us to like have teamwork together for the betterment of the company. So there are ways in which we can navigate conflict constructively. So I'd say that conflict is not always bad. It's how we handle the situation that may make it worse or may avert that conflict. So when there is a conflict, we need to like make sure that we come together to state the conflict and give each party their time to like sort of say what is the conflict that is in place, and then come up with a solution to resolve that conflict. So destructive conflicts always tear us apart, while constructive conflict pushes us forward. So the principle here is to always focus on interests and not positions. So for example, if maybe I am the head of programs, I don't need to remind people that I am the head of programs at Sun CSA. What I need to say is that this program or this project requires this and this deliverable that we need to achieve. It's for the interest of the organization. So rather than just saying that it's me, I am the head, this is my position, this is what should come out from me. I need to understand these other departments to be able to achieve the shared goal of the organization. So for example, I'd say maybe we had done an activity and our finance needs like a narrative report of the activity to help him to do financial report of the activities. So I need to provide maybe attendance sheet of the activity and maybe the budget line under which that activity was falling into. So I should be able to like say that this is the activity that we did, and of course it was for the interest of the organization, and here are the documents that you needed. And in turn, I would say that these were the participants. They need to be facilitated because they used their transport or maybe their airtime to attend the activity. So we follow up with the finance person to make sure that that runs seamlessly. So the emphasis here is to, instead of using words like I need this, I need that, I need A, B, C, D, because the I need ideal is mostly focusing on the position, and there is also the why that focus on the interest. So instead of I need X, which is the position, we need to always ask ourselves is why do you need X? And that way it will lead us to understanding the interests of why do you need this certain and certain item. And when we ask the why, it helps us to reveal the common ground and help us to achieve the goal of the organization or the company. So I don't know, I had another case study that maybe I'll just read through, and maybe we can brainstorm at our own appointed time. I know time is not really on our side, but I hope I'm almost finishing. Can bear with me. Imagine marketing needs an urgent website change for a new campaign. IT says it's a low priority because they are swamped with system updates. Then HR admin needs internal communications about a new policy, also with a tight deadline, requiring both IT and marketing support. So like we can have maybe a discussion to brainstorm on how maybe we can just resolve the conflict that is arising out of this department is saying that they have this department is saying that they have this, and the HR is saying that they need these two departments in order to achieve certain things. So, like, what are the interests, the why behind, that is the why behind the what of each department here? From what I've read, or if you want me to go again, I can read. Marketing needs an urgent website change for a new campaign. IT says it has a low priority because they are swamped with system updates. HR stroke admin needs internal communications about a new policy, also with a tight deadline requiring both IT and marketing support. What are the whys here of each department? Anybody who wanna like maybe give an opinion?
Okay. I think from the case study, first is to understand the scope of work and what is to be done. And for the communication to go smoothly and for the task to be done successfully, which will involve the HR also with the new policy and all, they need to understand the components, variables that would play out to make up policies, proper policies that would really guide getting that actual task done properly. I think first is understanding the scope, then getting enough information, and working together collectively, collaborating to come up with a plan, and then communication playing alongside. And I think that should uh, be a success to the work.
Yeah, thanks. That is very key. Yeah, very well said, Victor. Yeah, so for example, like a policy is like a guiding document that like helps the organization to provide a strategic direction on how maybe some certain things in the organization ought to have been done. And considering maybe the HR has said that they have like a tight deadline, it will be nice to like bring the teams together to deliberate on it and like put a priority list of the activities that need to be implemented, such that each an individual does not feel like this one has power more than the other. And yeah, it's based on priority and the tight schedule that is in place in order to maybe achieve some certain tasks at a particular time, and what is of the benefit for the organization. Remember, all this is for the interest of the organization. I know some of us, we always have our own personal interest that needs to be built and all that. But we know that when you're working for a company, it's always for the interest of the company, for the company to maybe achieve some certain goals, because you know that a company has maybe strategic plans that it needs to achieve by a certain timelines. So thanks so much, Victor. Yeah, and we are more or less like coming to a close of these discussions. Yeah, so my emphasis would be, even as we work in this company, the Vishtech company, let's remember that small actions lead to big impacts, and building stronger teams and managing conflict effectively is not about grand gestures, but small, consistent actions that help us to achieve those shared goals that we have within the organization. So, key thing here is to always listen to understand, not just to reply or to respond. So, for example, if maybe Victor has brought up an issue, we all need to like listen and internalize it well, and provide constructive feedback rather than listening and just responding endlessly without having a deep understanding of the issue at hand. Yeah, and also we need to seek the why. The why, like I mentioned, it's the interest of the organization that goes beyond the what, which are the positions. So, for example, if we like create a conducive environment where we know that this is the organization that I'm working with, this is the company that I'm working with, we are able to achieve more. We are able, if an organization is winning, everybody wants to associate with that organization and say, you know what, I work for this organization, and yeah, you carry yourself with a lot of pride. But if an organization is crumbling, and it's because of our lack of efforts in promoting the organization interest, nobody wants to associate with that organization. And we know that it's us that builds the organization. It's the individuals that builds the organization. So there is need to us to work as a team in order to promote the interest of organizations. The positions only come in like for the structure of the organizations, but when we are working, let's work because of that interest that we want to achieve. Also, I'd say that offer help as readily as you ask for it. So, for example, if somebody needs help, be able to offer that help at that particular time. The same way, when we need something, we always need it urgently, but we are very slow to offer help. So we need to be in a position to offer help whenever our colleagues reach out to us, so that we achieve our goals together, and we are able to like resolve the certain conflicts that might arise. We are able to like manage those conflicts on time and also resolve them on time. Yeah, all of this is for the betterment of the organization that we are working for. Yeah, let's all remember that. And yeah, this is just for us to think about. You don't have to like respond. So yeah, it's for us to think about and be able to carry it with us as we build the company, as we achieve our goals. So for example, think of one small thing you will consciously try to do differently starting today to foster better teamwork or handle potential disagreements more constructively with a colleague from another unit. So that's just for us to think about, so that we are able to handle disagreement more constructively. So that's just like a one tool that you'll be carrying on with you to be able to resolve the conflicts that might arise in the company. And yeah, be able to support the organization achieve its goals. Yeah, and yeah, I've come to the end of the presentation and yeah, over to you. Thank you, and over to you, Victor.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Over to you, Victor. Unless
Can't
there
hear
is
you.
a question that
Sorry,
was.
my mic was muted. Oh, thank you so much, Margaret, for that intensive section. It was quite intensive and a lot of information here and there. And this is just what would contribute to the success of any organization, of which this is our dream. This is what we intend to also uh, define with or define for. We want to be known as a successful organization, and you have just given us the right ingredients, the right agents to becoming that. Thank you so much, Margaret, for the time taken, for the knowledge shared. Thank you for not holding it back. Thank you for giving it to us, and we really, really do appreciate. Um, does anybody have a question to ask her before she meets her mic? Anybody?
Okay, I have the question now.
Okay, please.
Okay. If I have to,
Oh,
just
sorry, Shaya, please, because of time is fast spent and our next speaker is already waiting for us. So please, can you drop the question on my DM? Then I'll forward it to her. She will respond. I'll forward it back to you. I think that will be fine, right?
all right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. So thank you once again, Margaret. We'll talk. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Victor. Have a lovely day ahead.
And you too. You too. Our regards to the whole of Kenya.
Bye. Thanks. I will. Bye.
Yeah.
Hope to
Bye.
see you.
Yeah. Okay, so without further ado, it's an honor to have Miss Felicia Ayo here at this time. This is somebody we can't just grab. Anyhow, we have to ensure that we write maybe a year ahead of time. She's a very powerful and awesome personality, and I'm so glad she's here with us again. She's here with us at the moment to speak to us. Felicia Me is a visionary leader on a mission to unlock the potential within young individuals, organizations, and nations. Our bold vision is to lead a collective transformation revolution across Africa that harnesses the power of education, entrepreneurship, collaboration, and cultural celebration. With a foundational background in biology and ongoing studies in organizational psychology, Ayomi bridges science, strategy, and spirit to drive meaningful change. Our work finds expression through Evolution, a human capacity development organization focused on equipping individuals for self-leadership and purpose-driven living. He also leads NACRE Group, a creative people enterprise advancing innovative fashion and sustainable agriculture, using business as a vehicle to shape culture and strengthen communities beyond our professional pursuit. Kesha enjoys writing and, of course, drumming and spending quality time with loved ones. I'm so excited to have her speak to us today on time management principle. Without further ado, I want to welcome, I love to call her Dr. Faye. So I love to welcome Dr. Faye to this space to guide us through time management principle. Are you excited? Please jam your hands together for her as she plans to cook it. Yeah.
In Yoruba, they say that they're buying me, rami. Can you see me? Okay. I want you can. Let me
we okay.
Yes,
I think I can see. I can't
Yeah,
see you from here.
you can't.
I can see you from here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you so much for having me, Victor. But that's the thing. When people call you Victor, the thing is
So
doing
excited
me
to
one
have you.
kind. I'm excited to
I
see
don't
you
know.
again.
Now, I started telling people to start calling me on you know. I know you prefer on Okoye, okay, so feel free.
Yes, I prefer
Yeah,
I prefer Okwe sax, in fact.
mm-hmm.
You guys
Yeah,
know
that's
your
true.
leader is a saxophonist, right? And a good one at that. Just that, I don't know, life happens, all of us, we drop things that we love along the line, pick up new interests and new things. It is life. It is life, really.
Mm.
But thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everybody. I know you've been here for a while, and I don't intend to keep you. And this is a bait. This topic particularly is a bait because I don't know how to keep to time, right? And somebody is telling me to come and speak on time management. I'm like, okay, the first thing that I need to do is to stick to time, right? So I'll try to stick to time. It may be difficult, but I will try. Um, Also, I just wanted to confirm with all of you, how are you? What's your energy like in this very moment? Um, I'm just waking up. It's 6:57 my time. All right, so my energy is always high in the morning, even though I've not been well. I think my energy is about 60%, which is good. So I see Ishaya. Ishaya, oh my god.
How you doing?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. It's good
Against
to
time,
hear your
against
voice
time.
again. We should
When,
connect
when,
after
when
this
I
topic.
when I saw your name pop up, I said, yo, you know, okay. How was
Ishaya, how do you feel?
okay? I'm good. I'm good. I'm
On
good.
a scale of 1 to 100, what's your energy like in this moment?
90. I can say 90. 90.
90. Ah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
You will borrow me some more because I know that I'm the energy human being, but I don't have that
Exactly.
level of energy right now.
Exactly.
It's good to know that. All right,
Yeah.
Ephraim. Hi, Ephraim. What's your energy like in this moment? How are you?
Good morning. I think my energy is about 85. Am I right?
Oh, interesting. It's okay. That's good. Ah, it's like I'm the lowest here. Oh. I'm going to change my score. All right, it's good to know. Naomi. Hi, Naomi.
Hello.
What's
My
your
energy is 70%.
Ooh, okay. We're in the same category. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's good to hear your voice, Naomi. Robot.
My energy is about 50%.
Oh, finally, somebody has a lower score than I. They say that in Africa we pride in knowing that somebody has gone through something you've not gone through, or somebody has less than you have, and that's how we roll. That's how we define authority to some degree in Africa, and I think it's true, right? But anyways, that's just jokes on the side. Robert, I'm glad that it's still 50%. So I will not bore you with a lot of things. I see HMW. Is that HR?
Yes. Good morning. My energy
Oh,
level is at 60.
60. All
Yeah.
right. So we are twinning. It's okay. Thank you everybody for sharing your energy, and thank you for sharing your voice with me.
He
Like I
has
said,
of man. He has of
you
man. that
Your own
slide.
is 200 at this moment.
I'm not gonna let that slide. Woo! That is 301. Come on.
Oh my God. I
No,
have a
big time.
feeling, right? And I honestly, I can relate, and you know that I can relate. uh, um, um, I'm, I'm excited, and I'm very, very, very proud of you, Victor. So before you people wonder who am I to say I'm very proud of Victor, we went to school together, and we were very close. we were very close. And the beautiful thing for me is how that we have evolved over the years. I don't know how much of his personal life you guys know. I don't know, but I'm not going to share so much. All I know is we started a music group together, right? But I think it's just one of us that's two of them they still pursue the music thing, but greater cause has called us, myself and Victor in this moment, and we're just pursuing them. And I'm grateful to God particularly for commissioning those works into our hands and giving us the strength to run with it. So congratulations, Victor. Congratulations, everybody that is a part of Vishtech. I wish you success and I wish you growth because that's all that matters, right? So I was taught to talk on time management, and I do not think that it's a concept that you all have not heard before, right? We have heard time management, so probably know that I want to talk about. That's why I said I don't want to bore you. So I will worry slide, but let's share the slide with me. This video is given by one of the things that we can do from and to things afterwards and we can after we don't know but I believe my screen. Okay, type comments. I'm sure it's
Can you hear from me?
It's like
Hello?
can't hear.
Hello?
Okay. Uh,
Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, I can hear you from my end.
Oh, okay. I was just really wondering if anybody was here. Okay. Can we just confirm from a few other persons so that we're sure we're taking?
Okay, I can hear you now.
yeah, I can hear you too. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Then. So I'll just continue. I have to share my screen first. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear the sound?
No.
Can you?
No. Do you check for share audio when you were sharing screen?
I'm not sure I did that. Let me confirm. Yeah. You should hear the audio now.
Now water all over her basement.
Can you?
Yeah.
If you've ever had anything like this happen to you, you know.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to play that again. And it's about 11 minutes. Yeah. Okay, 12.
When people find out I write about time management, they assume two things. One is that I'm always on time, and I'm not. I have 4 small children, and I would like to blame them for my occasional tardiness, but sometimes it's just not their fault. I was once late to my own speech on time management. We all had to just take a moment together and savor that irony. The second thing they assume is that I have lots of tips and tricks for saving bits of time here and there. And sometimes I'll hear from magazines that are doing a story along these lines, generally on how to help their readers find an extra hour in the day. And the idea is that we'll shave bits of time off everyday activities, add it up, and we'll have time for the good stuff. And I question the entire premise of this piece, but I'm always interested in hearing what they've come up with before they call me. So some of my favorites: doing errands in a way where you only have to make right-hand turns, being extremely judicious in microwave usage, so it says 3 to 3.5 minutes on the package. We are totally getting in on the bottom side of that. And my personal favorite, which makes sense on some level, is to DVR your favorite shows so you can fast forward through the commercials. And that way you save about 8 minutes every half hour. So in the course of 2 hours of watching TV, you find 32 minutes to exercise, which is true. You know another way to find 32 minutes to exercise? Don't watch 2 hours of TV a day, right? Anyway, the idea is we'll save bits of time here and there, add it up, we will finally get to everything we want to do. But after studying how successful people spend their time and looking at their schedules hour by hour, I think this idea has it completely backward. We don't build the lives we want by saving time. We build the lives we want, and then time saves itself. Here's what I mean. I recently did a time diary project looking at 1,001 days in the lives of extremely busy women. They had demanding jobs, sometimes their own businesses, kids to care for, maybe parents to care for, community commitments, busy, busy people. I had them keep track of their time for a week so I could add up how much they worked and slept, and I interviewed them about their strategies for my book. One of the women whose time log I studied, she goes out for a Wednesday night for something. She comes home to find that her water heater has broken, and there is now water all over her basement. If you've ever had anything like this happen to you, you know it is a hugely damaging, frightening, sopping mess. So she's dealing with the immediate aftermath that night. Next day, she's got plumbers coming in. Day after that, professional cleaning crew dealing with the ruined carpet. All this is being recorded on her time log. Winds up taking 7 hours of her week. 7 hours. That's like finding an extra hour in the day. But I'm sure if you had asked her at the start of the week, could you find 7 hours to train for a triathlon? Could you find 7 hours to mentor 7 worthy people? I'm sure she would have said what most of us would have said, which is no. Can't you see how busy I am? Yet when she had to find 7 hours because there is water all over her basement, she found 7 hours. And what this shows us is that time is highly elastic. We cannot make more time, but time will stretch to accommodate what we choose to put into it. And so the key to time management is treating our priorities as the equivalent of that broken water heater. And to get at this, I like to use some language from one of the busiest people I ever interviewed. By busy, I mean she was running a small business with 12 people on the payroll. She had 6 children in her spare time. I was getting in touch with her to set up an interview on how she had it all, that phrase. I remember it was a Thursday morning and she was not available to speak with me, of course, right? But the reason she was unavailable to speak with me is that she was out for a hike because it was a beautiful spring morning and she wanted to go for a hike. So, of course, this makes me even more intrigued. And when I finally do catch up with her, she explains it like this. She says, listen, Laura, everything I do, every minute I spend is my choice. And rather than say, I don't have time to do X, Y, or Z, she'd say, I don't do X, Y, or Z because it's not a priority. I don't have time often means it's not a priority. If you think about it, that's really more accurate language. I mean, I could tell you I don't have time to dust my blinds, but that's not true. If you offered to pay me $100,000 to go dust my blinds, I would get to it pretty quickly. Since that is not going to happen, I can acknowledge this is not a matter of lacking time. It's that I don't want to do it. Using this language reminds us that time is a choice. And granted, there may be horrible consequences for making different choices. I will give you that. But we are smart people, and certainly over the long run, we have the power to fill our lives with the things that deserve to be there. So how do we do that? How do we treat our priorities as the equivalent of that broken water heater? Well, first we need to figure out what they are. And I want to give you 2 strategies for thinking about this. The first, on the professional side, I'm sure many people coming up to the end of the year are giving or getting annual performance reviews. You look back over your successes over the year, your opportunities for growth. And this serves its purpose, but I find it's more effective to do this looking forward. So I want you to pretend it's the end of next year. You're giving yourself a performance review, and it has been an absolutely amazing year for you professionally. What 3 to 5 things did you do that made it so amazing? So you can write next year's performance review now. And you can do this for your personal life too. I'm sure many of you, like me, come December, get cards that contain these folded up sheets of colored paper, on which is written what is known as the family holiday letter. Bit of a wretched genre of literature, really, going on about how amazing everyone in the household is, or even more scintillating, how busy everyone in the household is. But these letters serve a purpose, which is that they tell your friends and family what you did in your personal life that mattered to you over the course of the year. So this year's kind of done, but I want you to pretend it's the end of next year. And it has been an absolutely amazing year for you and the people you care about. What 3 to 5 things did you do that made it so amazing? So you can write next year's family holiday letter now. Don't send it. Please, don't send it. But you can write it. And now between the performance review and the family holiday letter, we have a list of 6 to 10 goals we can work on in the next year. And now we need to break these down into doable steps. So maybe you want to write a family history. Well, first you can read some other family histories, get a sense for the style. And then maybe think about the questions you want to ask your relatives, set up appointments to interview them. Or maybe you want to run a 5K. So you need to find a race and sign up and figure out a training plan and dig those shoes out of the back of the closet. And then, this is key, we treat our priorities as the equivalent of that broken water heater by putting them into our schedules first. And we do this by thinking through our weeks before we are in them. I find a really good time to do this is Friday afternoons. Friday afternoon is what an economist might call a low opportunity cost time. Most of us are not sitting there on Friday afternoon saying, I am excited to make progress toward my personal and professional priorities right now. But we are willing to think about what those should be. So take a little bit of time Friday afternoon, make yourself a 3-category priority list: career, relationships, self. Making a 3-category list reminds us that there should be something in all 3 categories. Career we think about, relationships, self, not so much. But anyway, just a short list, 2 to 3 items in each. Then look out over the whole of the next week and see where you can plan them in. Where you plan them in is up to you. And I know this is going to be more complicated for some people than others. I mean, some people's lives are just harder than others. It is not going to be easy to find time to take that poetry class if you are caring for multiple children on your own. I get that. And I don't want to minimize anyone's struggle. But I do think that the numbers I am about to tell you are empowering. There are 168 hours in a week. 24 times 7 is 168 hours. That is a lot of time. If you are working a full-time job, so 40 hours a week, sleeping 8 hours a night, so 56 hours a week, that leaves 72 hours for other things. That is a lot of time. You say you're working 50 hours a week, maybe a main job and a side hustle. Well, that leaves 62 hours for other things. You say you're working 60 hours. Well, that leaves 52 hours for other things. You say you're working more than 60 hours. Well, are you sure? There was once a study comparing people's estimated work weeks with time diaries, found that people claiming 75-plus hour work weeks were off by about 25 hours. You can guess in which direction, right? Anyway, in 168 hours a week, I think we can find time for what matters to you. If you want to spend more time with your kids, you want to study more for a test you're taking, you want to exercise for 3 hours and volunteer for 2, you can. And that's even if you're working way more than full-time hours. So we have plenty of time, which is great, because guess what? We don't even need that much time to do amazing things. But when most of us have bits of time, what do? Pull out the phone, right? Start deleting emails, or otherwise we're puttering around the house or watching TV. But small moments can have great power. You can use your bits of time for bits of joy. Maybe it's choosing to read something wonderful on the bus on the way to work. I know when I had a job that required 2 bus rides and a subway ride every morning, I used to go to the library on weekends to get stuff to read. Made the whole experience almost enjoyable. Breaks at work can be used for meditating or praying. If family dinner is out because of your crazy work schedule, maybe family breakfast could be a good substitute. It's about looking at the whole of one's time and seeing where the good stuff can go. I truly believe this. There is time. Even if we are busy, we have time for what matters. And when we focus on what matters, we can build the lives we want in the time we've got. Thank you.
Okay, let me let you everybody jump in. All right. That was good, I believe. Okay, we're not doing anything like that again. Okay, so tell me, how did you see the tech talk? Did he give you a new information, or did he open your eyes to something?
Okay, hello.
Hi.
For me, it opened my eye to certain things of life. Towards the end of her presentation, she made mention that we carry our phones, we'll start browsing, and we have maybe a job assigned to us. We'll say we don't have time. Touching your phone, browsing, before you know it, you spend 3-4 hours instead
Right.
of you to use that time to do the job assigned to you. So it has opened my eyes. Now,
Right. That's good. That's good. Yes. Our phone is the biggest distraction right now. It's one of the biggest. Let's not say it's the biggest, but I think it's the biggest. Okay, I saw that Ishai wanted to talk as well. Okay, maybe the network or something. Anybody else? Did you learn something new, or
For
Hi.
me, I think one of the things that stood out during that conversation for me was priority. She said that we all have all the time we need in the world, and time is elastic. It's what you choose to put in there. It can accommodate whatsoever you choose is to put in there. So, which means that we set our mind to do anything we want to do in life, we can actually do it. It all boils down to our priority.
right? That's also correct. Thank you so much for sharing that, sir. Anybody else?
All right. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. So I have a different perspective now after listening on time management. The reason why we complain on doing certain things is because we've not made them our priorities. Else we have enough time. We have all the time in the world. We can't say we work for more than 60 hours in a week. So yeah, when we set our priorities right, then we would not have to complain about time.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Thank you so much for sharing that. Anybody else?
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can.
Yeah. I think for me, there was one thing you really mentioned. Tips for to improve my time management. And immediately when she mentioned that, I realized that okay, exactly that's what I'm going to do. Like really identifying your time waster. Those things. What are those things that really waste your time? And if it is possible, if it is something that you have to like really delete them, either from your phone, your laptop, that kind of a thing. This is like what she mentioned is like, you just feel like she was really talking to me, that kind of a thing. I think so that's what I'm gonna do. So I think
Yeah, everyone spoke well. Thank you so much. Yeah, so if at this point we have to end, I would say that we have learned core principles of time management, right? Um, like I said, I just want us to watch the video and take out a few things. Two things from the video. The first one is we do not build the life that we want by saving time. We build the life that we want, and time saves itself. I'll take it again. We do not build the life that we want. We do not build the organization that we want by saving time. What we do is we build the organization We build the institution, we build the company, and time saves itself. It was James Clear that said that it is easier to have good habits when your habit steps out of your identity instead of results. What that means is you would rather be an organization that sticks to time than an organization trying to save time, an organization that is that is learning to save time. Just like he put in his book, somebody who says that they're a smoker will find it hard to stop smoking than somebody who claims they are not a smoker, therefore they will not smoke. Right? So let it come from within. That you see, at Vishtech, whenever we have work to do, we prioritize our work. That way, it becomes easier for you to save time. This is a cheat code that has helped me. I have been a sucker for scheduling for the longest time. I went to a boarding school and we had a schedule. In the morning, you should be up by 5. Everyone is having their bath. By 7, you're out of the hostel and you are eating breakfast in the dining. By 7:40, you are at the assembly ground. By 8:10, you are out of you are in your classroom for the first class, right? And 40 minutes. There are, I think, 2 breaks or something like that, and then back to the dining, to the hostel for napping, and then you're out again for either prep or sports or something, and then dinner again, and then prep, and the cycle continues again and again and again. And because I did that for 6 years, I literally got used to having a schedule, right? When I got into the university, it was tough because now nobody is imposing a schedule upon me. But I realized that for me to function better, I needed to create a schedule for myself. So I did. I have it somewhere. When I see that thing, it just put a smile on my face and shows me that I'm being a sensible person from the onset, right? But did I follow through all the time? No. I think what happened along the line is I began to learn a few things that made me struggle after I left secondary school, because nobody was enforcing the schedule anymore, right? So I had to enforce it myself. One of the things I realized is I didn't need to save time, right? I had 8 hours for work, school work. I had, I think, about 3 hours for fellowship. I had was it 4 or 5 hours to sleep or something? I can't remember that, but thankfully I documented it for future reference. And it was in that moment I realized that we truly have enough time for the things that we want to do. As of the time I had started my shoe business and I was making shoes, so you will find me in the school market, right? And all I needed to do was to understand that, look, I had 168 hours in a week, and I needed to commit this time to this time and to this time. Now, a few things will happen in your life that makes you feel less in control of your time. A typical example is in the university. One lecturer will just wake up and say, you have a class today. It was not in the timetable. The lecturer is telling you to come and have that class, right? Else you stand a chance of not even passing that course or something. But the way I saw it back then, which has helped me through many phases of life, is that, look, this particular time, right, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. was a time that I had for schoolwork. In between, I had break, right? But anything outside of that time frame, I am not doing anything school related. So when a lecturer calls for this and this and this, and on the days, I don't remember so much, but I'm not going to assume it never happened. But on the days that we had to offshoot 5, I think most of the time I did not attend that class, or I left the class, or even if I was there physically, I was already out. I zoned out. I was done. with that thing. Now, this is how you would help yourself. And I just want to point out 3 points, just 3, right? The first thing is that you need to get the job done. You need to get, the alarm is ringing and it's distracting me. Please just permit that. She's not here, but it's okay. The first thing is to get the job done. As far as Vishtech is concerned, as far as work is concerned, first I want to believe that you're not doing Vishtech. You're not at Vishtech just because you want to help the CEO. I want to believe that you saw the vision and you want to run with the vision, right? And the only way to prove to yourself that you are somebody who sees a vision and runs with a vision, somebody who commits, somebody who serves, somebody who keeps to time, somebody who does things excellently, is by doing the actual work. So you get the job done. Now, how do you get the job done? The first is to understand the scope of the work. What are we doing at Vishtech? What's your mission and vision statement? This is something you must know. I'm smiling because when I was in the university, Victor and Ishaya can remember that our then president made sure that we learned the mission and vision statement of the fellowship. And the reason why he did that was he wanted us to really understand what we were doing and what FCS stood for, right? So understand the scope of the work. What is Vishtech about? What are we doing? Internalize it. Take it as your enterprise, right? The next, when you understand the scope, it makes you understand what your operations are and what your projects are. I don't know if there's anybody that touched on that, but let me just, in project management, they say projects are short-term task that we have to do, right? So a project is not something that is reoccurrent. It's just going to happen for a period of time and you'll be done with that project. And you have operations. These are things that reoccur again and again and again and again and again. These are things that you do. These are activities that you do virtually every day, every week, every month that makes Vishtech stand as an organization that does what it says it does, right? So you need to understand the difference between a project and an operation, and then you begin to address them accordingly. Now, the second thing under getting job done is to eliminate half work. You see this thing of, okay, you are doing it now, I will come back to it. My darling, time is going. You are stealing time from the time that you do not have, right? If you say this is what you want to do in this moment, stand by it. Make sure you finish it. I will get to that at I think my third point, as to how you can go about that. But make sure that you always finish a work. See, if you sit down in the morning, right? Sorry. Okay. Just needed to help my sister. Okay. I believe you can still hear me.
Yes, you're clear.
Okay, good. If you say this moment I want to work on this particular project, do not do any other thing, including pressing your phone, including responding to emails. See, where I work right now, these people know that anytime from 9 to 12, they don't want to disturb me. Now, these are white guys. I'm saying white guys, they're not different from us, but I'm having to say white because there is this thing with Africans or Black people in this part of the world that just makes us feel less of the white guys, right? So, and of course, they're the ones who run the business, so they are truly our boss, right? But I realized that because in fact, from the interview stage, I told them, look, I am very organized, which is a good asset to you, but sometimes it can be on the excess. You want me to get something done in this moment and I cannot get it done. And I literally just want to tell you, my energy is at its peak in the morning. And so as I get in from 9 to 12, please avoid talking to me, avoid giving me extra work so that I can get the real job done. The end goal is for us to reach our target, right? And that's what I committed to doing. Anything outside of that, just give me a moment. I will still address it, but maybe after 12 o'clock, but not between 9 to 12. When I wasn't in a corporate workspace, that's the same thing I did. By 9, I had breakfast already and I would start my day. And up until 12 o'clock, nobody. That 3 hours, I need it for deep work. So you want to make sure that there is a time, maybe as an organization or even as a person, in a day that you're doing what is called deep work, right? If you want to understand, well, there's this book, Deep Work by Cal Newport, I guess. Yeah, that's a good book. That will teach you more on this deep work thing. But that's the time, no distraction. You just want to spend time doing and focusing on the greatest tasks that you have to do. The next thing you want to understand with getting the job done is doing the important things first or doing the hard things first. Pressing phone is not hard. Responding to chat is not hard. Responding to your emails is not hard, right? What is hard will be if you need to collect data from different sources for a particular project. You want to do that phase because it's the most important thing as far as the goal of the organization is concerned, as far as the major project on the organization's table is concerned. So you want to do that first before you attempt to do every other thing. And that's why I said that in the morning, because my energy is the highest, I will do the important things first. Afterwards, I will attend to other things, right? And this is a bonus point. It will work in an organization as well. Again, I'll get to that part of the discourse, but because we are humans, right, and we have personal lives, we have other things, we have a life outside of Vishtech, outside of the organization. You need to understand that on the days that is really, really difficult to do something or to do as you need to do, the first thing you should have it inside your head, at the back of your palm, or how do they say that thing in Yoruba, that zip at the back of your left hand or your right, whatever, is that low resolution is better than nothing. So, you need to work on this project. You don't feel good or you don't feel like working, because there are days like that when your energy is just very down, you don't feel like doing anything. On those days, remember that what low resolution of that thing matters. So you do. Just Claire says that 2 minutes is a 2-minute rule. If you've read Atomic Habits, is still my favorite book of all time, right? In the book, it said that do the 2-minute rule. In 2 minutes, do the simplest version of that very hard work, that major thing you're supposed to do, right? Just do it for 2 minutes. That may apply in your personal life, but in an organization, make sure you do the low resolution, right? You need to, maybe today's task of the project is to gather data. Low resolution might just be you giving the prompt to AI. Search the internet and get me 10 data on this, that, using this particular data analysis model. Something, just do that. You are not coming to analyze whatever AI has given you, but on that very day, what you're doing is to do the very the smallest version of the actual work. Okay. The second thing I want to speak to, right, is to avoid burnout, the important thing to do is to always guard your energy. Your time and your energy are your greatest assets. Your time and your energy. Now, in an organization is just like an human, right? So an organization has time and energy. Now, the interesting thing is time and energy of an organization is the cumulative of everybody's energy in the workplace. This is why as an HR, you want to make sure that everybody's energy is high. You don't want to delegate job to people because, well, this is this person's role, so this person has to do it. Understand everybody and know when is their peak and when is not their peak, right? You want to check out for things that everybody likes to work on. You're not giving everybody different job because, well, you just need to delegate. Delegate based on strength, right? I know a friend who is very operational. In fact, is an operational officer. But one of the things with this guy is once the work becomes too administrative, his energy starts to drop. Right? So you want to make it a part of your culture. Again, that's like my third point, which is why I'm pushing it to my third point. You want to make it a part of your organizational structure to make sure that you cultivate everybody's energy and you make sure that everybody is investing in their personal growth, in learning themselves, because the more they learn themselves, the more they grow, the better people are in your organization. And when you have better people in a team, you get better jobs done, right? So you want to make sure that people keep learning themselves again and again and again and again, and you understand what time of the day that people's energy are at the peak. For most persons, is in the morning. And true to it, because the system has such wired the society to work in the morning, it seems to be working for everybody. But I know that it's not everybody that enjoys working in the morning. Some persons, their energy is peak at night. Some persons, their energy is peak in the afternoon, right? So you want to know, okay, for Naomi, for Robert, for Ishaya, for Ephraim, for everybody in the organization, what is their peak energy? And by that time, leave them, let them do 3 hours. Make it a company's culture, right? I want to assume that this is all remote, right, for now. And if it is all remote, it's still the same thing. You know that in 24, we all have 24 hours, right? And Ishaya does better job at night, right? Except this, see, and that's even the thing. I was going to say, except time requires that this project or this particular task needs to be done and completed by a certain time, by deadline, then I strongly advise that you allow people to work at the time that works best for them. Now, you're not going, this is not to say you accept lazy job from people. No, that's why I said we will literally go through it and make sure that, okay, this is really the time this person drops the best kind of their work, and they are very energetic and they are very excellent in that moment, right? And then you assign tasks to them. Now, if you check it by morning, everybody would have done their tasks for the day, because whether you worked in the morning or you worked at night, by the beginning of the new day, everybody has done the work that they're supposed to do, easily, swift, and fast, and excellent, as against giving everybody, the way we do it in Nigeria. Not the schooling system doesn't work for everybody, but we all go through it like that and assume that some people in our class are dullards. Meanwhile, they are not. The system is just not working in their favor. Okay? So you want to set boundaries to avoid burnouts. Set boundaries. Look, I don't pick calls after 9 p.m. My friends know I don't pick it. Don't call me. Like, I'm not available. After 9 p.m., I'm done. Am I awake? Yes, I'm awake. But I'm done. After 9 p.m., don't call me. After 6 p.m., don't call me for work. I'm not there. Like, I'm done for that day. I've zoned out. That time is now for another thing. Right? Again, because you have life outside of work. So you need to also, just like Laura said that we all have 168 hours a week. And you still have enough time if you work over 40 hours. Majority of us work 40 hours a week. That's about 8 hours every day, Monday to Friday, right? And out of it, if you have about 1 hour break, in between. So it's literally 35 hours. But okay, let's say it's 40 hours, you know, every week. 40 hours every week. It means you still have 128 hours in a week. So you want to create time to rest properly, to give to Caesar what is due of this Caesar. Give to your body what is due of your body, right? You want to exercise, you want to eat well, you want to sleep well as well, because you need to conserve your energy. The idea that we are Nigerians, nothing goes up, we go run is what is killing most of us, right? So have you not noticed that these white guys are living they are living longer than us? It's because we're killing ourselves in the name of well, this is the time, let's do it now. Yes, so we'll do it now. But all I'm saying is you preserve your energy. People here, once it's 5 o'clock, they are done. They will come back to work 9 a.m. the next day. Even if they didn't meet it, there's nothing they can do about it. Because it's paid. Time is money. Time is money in this part of the world. It's truly money. So they know they will not be paid for that extra time. They won't do it. Right? So you want to set boundaries. You see, after this time, HR, don't call me. I'm not going to pick. HR knows. Don't call me. Don't call me. If you want, in fact, the only way, see, I don't even have official email on my phone. Like, it's a no. I don't have official email on my personal PC. Nothing. Work is work. My personal work is my personal work. Right? You want to schedule your peak time properly. Now, like I said we all have the time of the day when our energy is high, right? And the first step is the deep work, right? That I have said. You probably already know this, right? You want to use the Pomodoro technique, where you sit at your desk, right? Or you do this particular thing for 3 hours. Now, in these 3 hours, just to maintain your productivity throughout the 3 hours, you want to make sure that maybe for 25 minutes, you're doing the actual work, and for 15 minutes, you look away and then do some other stuff, or just even relax. And then come back again for another 25 minutes, and then for another 15 minutes, you look away. Now, it's in bits. The compound interest that they were teaching us in mathematics that year in primary school, this is where it makes sense, right? Because it's this bit and this bit and this bit and this bit that comes together to make the actual work done, right? You want to maintain your productivity by doing that, okay? The last thing, which is my third major point, is have a proper organizational structure. Culture, I mean, not the structure. Culture. See, people know these things. That's why I said, I'm sure that let me not assume, because I was going to say, I know you probably know the Pomodoro technique and many other time management techniques that really exist, right? I will share one which I think is really, really important. Let me see if I will be able to share my screen as regards that. Okay, let me finish this point, then I will share that one. Is you want to make certain things important. Say, for example, at night, if let's say you're working in physical space, at 9:15, because you want to give time for people who will be stuck in traffic or something. It's 9:15 every day. This is the time where we sit down and write out our to-do list for that day. Everybody, HR, you don't need to know the content. Everybody has a project, or you have a task timeline for the month. You have a target to meet for the month already, right? Based on the operations and based on the projects that the organization have. The next thing is allow everybody, right, take leadership of their job. So they write out what they want to do that very day. Now, instead of everybody doing it separately, we leverage on the energy, collective energy that all of us bring to the table. And then we'll write out how to do this. And then we'll disperse. Everybody goes to do what they want to do based on that. Now, you also want to make it a culture. Now, this is not again to just put a clamp on people, but because we all struggle with these things, and we're humans, we should not assume we're machines, right? You want to say, okay, this is still a small team, right? So let's say everybody in this team, our peak hour is in the morning. Now, from 9:30 up until 12 o'clock, nobody is using their devices, their phone. Nobody. So everybody keeps their phone away. It's a practice, right? And as an HR, there's a way you communicate the intent behind this thing, right? That people now will not fight it. Anybody that fights it, that this person is not ready to get the job done, or to work on their time management principles, right? So just keep your phone away. It's not a big deal. And they do it here. Like, do you see how, I cannot talk. I'm just going to call you during my break or something, because that's the only time we can use our phone in this part of the world. It's true. People do it. They enforce it. They want to keep, because our phone is our major distraction. As you're on this call now, as you're on this very call, if I say you should confess, you probably would not confess. Have you not gone to WhatsApp as you're on this call? Maybe not when I'm speaking, but at some point, since 10 a.m. West African time, I believe that's when this started. Did you not go to WhatsApp? Did you not go to Facebook? Did you not go to Instagram at some point? And maybe as I'm talking, some of you are there. You see, it's our major distraction. And so we have to do everything that we can to avoid spending that time on the irrelevant things, on the distraction, and put that time into doing things that are priority. There's truly time. There's truly, 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 truly time. And you know how they say this thing, which is where I will wrap it up from, is that culture eats strategy for breakfast, right? So rather than, as we have gathered together to learn time management principles, let's make it a culture. We are not going to use our phone until 12 p.m. Why? Do you understand it? This way, it would help us to stay focused on our tasks, and we would be able to achieve more. So the last thing that I said I was going to share with everybody. Okay, first of all, I'll share this link because it will be a good resource for the company. Oh, so I realized that I cannot paste it in the... I don't think it is a group. I think it's a channel. Okay, so I'll just share it with Okwe afterwards. You see, this is another thing. I don't have WhatsApp on my PC because it's so distracting.
Let me give you access to share it here. Just give me a sec. Yeah.
Okay. This and if it is okay, guys, allow me to talk a little bit about this distraction that is called our phone. Right? The best way to see this thing is to see it as our friend and not as our enemy. So the idea that it's really a distraction and we should do everything possible to get it out is going to stress us out, because this device has turned to everything. It is our Bible, it is our productivity tool, it is our communication tool, this is the way we send money. Yeah, finance person, this is how This phone is not a machine. It's literally okay. Yes, thank you. All right. I shared it already. All right. Okay, one more. Let me share that in the group. But I think you will find it in that link. I guess that's where I got it from. But let me still share. The Ensoa principle. Oh no, I sent it to the wrong. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Great. So I shared that already. Right. But I'll talk about that because that's one great time management principle that has worked across board. Right. So I was talking about our mobile device, right? You want to be in control of this device and not you. You want to be in control of this device and not this device controlling you, right? One of the things that I don't have on my phone is notifications. Now, the notification I have is Bible, YouTube, because I use YouTube a lot to learn. This is Zoom because sometimes you have meetings you don't even remember, right? And then this is what's it called? Email, right? Every other thing, it's not. I don't have notification for social media and all of those things because these things were built to distract us. These things were built to get your attention. Your attention is costly. That's why you pay attention. That's why you spend time. That's why you spend energy. You use energy, right? Because there are key things that you have that you must protect. Everything in this world is fighting for it. So you be in control of it and don't let other things be in control. I don't have notifications. That may not work for some people. It's fine, but I'm just telling you things that you can do to save yourself from this device. Another thing is the grouping of my phone. So you probably may be able to see some of it. All right. Now, this WhatsApp is usually in I am creative folder. Now, WhatsApp is not I am creative. It's supposed to be in I am influential. Because I had to switch these things. These tools are for me to be creative, to be influential, to have resources, to be wealthy, to be educated, and to be connected, right? So anything, instead of just putting social media, I put I am influential because that is a tool for me to be influential, right? This particular WhatsApp only came out because I need to speak with Okwe as regards the timing for this event. The moment I'm done is going back to I am creative. Now, I am creative is not where this WhatsApp is supposed to be. But I'm not interested in using this WhatsApp. That's my Nigerian WhatsApp. I'm not interested in using that WhatsApp as often as possible. Right? So I went and put it in a place that my brain will not remember. The thing is, your brain and your environment is communicating and you don't know about it. And the reason why you do everything that you do right now is because your environment is telling your brain to do something and you don't know it. Right? That's why I said in Vishtech, think about it. Sit down, look at the team members and create culture that shapes how you do things and what you do. And even in your personal lives, right? So notifications are there to remind you to open WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram and all of those things, right? Another thing is I'm unable to access my social media until 8 o'clock. Now, my social media is up on this phone now. Very good. This came in handy. All right. It's gone. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Can you see this? Your morning session has just ended. Now, that is my app freezer. It doesn't allow me to use any social media, including YouTube, up until 8 o'clock. And by 9 o'clock again, it has blocked these social media apps up until 12. Because we have gotten to this point in life where these devices are curated to take your attention from you, take your energy from you, and take your time from you. And that's how those guys are making money, because they know that for you to make money, you need people to put in their time, put in their energy, and put in their attention. And so even at Vishtech, when you're thinking of designing solutions, remember that you want to get people's attention, people's energy, and people's time, right? That's the sad reality of life. That's how it works. Okay. So please be in charge of your phone. Don't let your phone be in charge of you. It's like I keep saying it. It's the greatest form of distraction that we have. Finally, guys. Oh, okay. Just 1 minute. This is already in the chat box, right? The answer box. Now this White was the president of US. You probably know, and if you don't know, now you know. And he did many things beyond being the president. He was the commander of the army at some point. He also did he teach, or he was a part of the board of the university. He did a lot, right, throughout his lifetime, right? And he was just jumping from this to this to this to this to this to that. But this guy was so productive and he was so excellent that he had to be studied. And so he gave this principle, right? And it is called the Ensowa box. Now, there are things that you need to do. When you write out your to-do list, right? Everything that you need to do at Vishtech today or this month or quarterly, you want to check what you need to do. You also want to check things that you need to decide on, right? You want to check the things that you need to delegate, and then the things that you need to eliminate, the things that you need to delete, right? One of the things I would suggest, HR, is, okay, I can forward it to you after now. I have it somewhere, but I honestly, I didn't put that out for this particular thing. Or you can even get it or create one for Vishtech, right? Create this box that everybody in the organization will use for their time management. Don't assume that people will manage their time. Rather, when you onboard people, right? When you onboard people, what you want to do is, this is part of the things that you give to them, so that they manage their time. They should be printing it every time. They should do multiple copies of it, or digitally, just have it and keep using it every day to manage your time, right? Finally, on this note, you may believe that, oh, do people really do these things? Yes, people do it. And the interesting thing is, you're probably doing it without realizing you're doing it. Yes, you're probably doing it without realizing you're doing it. And remember how Laura said this thing, that if Laura said this thing this way, that you don't have time equals it is not your priority, right? So what is your priority? If the organization grows, just like the last speaker was saying, if the organization is doing what it's supposed to do and it's growing, and you'll be proud to tell somebody, hey, I am this and I do this at Vishtech, right? Remember, final note, that time is highly elastic and we can not make more time. We only have 24 hours in a day, but time will always stretch to accommodate what we put inside of it. I hope that this was helpful and you have a lot to go and regurgitate and pick up lessons and action points from this very moment. At this point, I will just take questions so that we can wrap it up from there. Thank you.
It is a lot. Oh my days. Questions. We have questions for Miss Faye. Questions. I think a lot of prayers should be coming up. Questions. You can unmute your mic. I think you all have access to speak, so you can unmute your mic and ask your question. She's there. She's still here with us. So ask a question. Ms. Afsat, Naomi, Robert, Ephraim, questions?
Okay, I have a little question to ask actually.
Okay, great.
Okay, but first of all, thank you very, very much. I really learned a lot. I learned a lot. Thank you very, very much. So, but my question go this way, you know, every single day, you cannot, let me start by, we cannot predict life, actually. Life is, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, really, we cannot predict life.
Hello?
Yeah, you're
Hello?
alive, bro. You're alive. You're alive. You're alive. Or it seems you cannot predict your network.
Hello, can you hear me?
I think your network is lagging, but we can hear you when you ask.
My network is not stable, actually.
Do you mind dropping the question on my DM? I can share with her. She gets a response straight to you. Is that fine?
That's what I'll do.
Yeah, so you have two questions you're going to share. The other section and this, so I will just send it across to her. Then when she gives the response, I'll send it across to you. Okay, so I will don't keep her waiting. Okay,
Okay, but it is fine. Okay, somebody wants to ask another question. Okay, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I think I have a glimpse of what Ishaya wants to ask. But he will still ask his question, and if he can drop it in the chat before we step out, if that's possible for him, right? And we can take it from there. But when you say that we can't predict life, that's true. But if I want to be honest with you, every of the experience that you're having right now, people curated it. And if you want to understand what I'm saying, I would recommend Social Dilemma. Right? There is more. There are about 2 other movies that are similar. Right? You realize that the way we're having this call right now, us knowing that okay, we want to do this staff retreat, somebody made it possible. Telegram made it possible that we can do like this. Zoom made it possible. So the way these guys are thinking, which they often call them like the 1%, all right? These guys, have you ever wondered how they think in their mind, right? So truly, we cannot predict life, right? We wake up and live in the moment. And that's why we're saying that as much as you cannot predict what is coming, you can go into the new day with structures and systems, right? I have a 20-year life plan, very ridiculous thing I did in 2019. You probably know, you remember Ishaya. Then I have a 10-year life plan. I have a 5-year life plan, which is like the major long-term life plan that I think I have that I'm working with. Is it 100% accurate? No, but what goals does is that it gives you direction. So what, however, gives you discipline is the habits. So I do not say, oh, my action plan. I did that along the line, but as I grew, I realized the action plan wasn't working. So what I did was, or what I do now is, these are the things that I must do every day. Now, this is, oof, the light is too much. But let's see. I think you probably can see. So I have to draw out another sheet along the line. I can share this as well, but I just love using my hands to do stuff. So I have to do this manually. I have the digital copy board, and don't mind me. These are just personal preferences. Now, this sheet is my daily to do. Now, this is here is habits that I must do every day to just be the kind of person that I am. Right? So this is morning prayer, gratitude journal, Bible reading, book reading. This is not complete. I know I have the list somewhere. Anyways, let me not stress. And this is something I've been doing for the longest time, right? So you want to have list of things that you do just because these things make up the kind of person that you are, right? Daily. And then the other thing, just taking it from the way it is done in an organization. Projects. This year, how many projects do I want to do? Personally, I want to do this and this and that and that and that and that. And then you write 5 marks, you're good. So you work towards that. Now, on a quarterly, and this is also for an organization, on a quarterly basis, you come back and review every 90 days, every three months. How far have we done? What have we done? This is what we said we're going to achieve in this time frame. How far have we gone? And what do I do moving forward to still be able to achieve this goal by the end of the year? Right? Did I miss anything? I already talked about the yearly 5 years, then the 1 year, so that, at the beginning of the year or the previous year, you want to make sure that you have that written out, what the year looks like. It may not go in that direction. I repeat, like all your plans may not come to pass, right? You may not achieve it. Time may not be on your side, but there's time. Like we have just confirmed that there's time. Right, so you want to have projects, and then you want to have things that you do daily. Okay, I exercise daily. I do this weekly. I do this monthly, and I do this quarterly. Anything that is not there, I'm telling you, that's something you're supposed to eliminate. Anything that is not on that list is something that you are supposed to eliminate. This is October 2022. Right? This is October 2022. Everything that is not here, it means those things are not things I'm supposed to be doing every day. It's not a must do. Do you realize that the thing that is stealing our time and the thing that is making life so unpredictable are the things that are distracting us? Have you met a successful person? They tell you this year I'm making $200 million. That's their project for the year. Their project for the year. I don't like to call them goals because again, but anyways, their project for the year is they're making $200. Anyway, you see them, when you tell them it's not poor, you don't know what tomorrow will look like. You just get it like this. Hey, for you, there are things that you can do, you should do, you do, and they will get that $200 million by the end of the year. Right? So again, all of that to just say, you don't know what tomorrow looks like, but go into tomorrow with your systems and structures. That would help you. Yeah.
Awesome. This is a lot of information. Yeah. I think was she able to predict your mind there, Yeshaya?
Exactly.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much, Faye. You know what? We can't wait to have you again another time. But I just hope we have the grace to have you again. We hope we can have that grace. At any time we would need to learn from your wealth of knowledge.
Okay, see that they call it human currency. Our relationship is also one of the things that we spend, right? You know, like call me. Did you see what I said? Like I know, like I'm not supposed to be seeing this WhatsApp, right? But the only I have to, because this is my commitment to the relationships that I have, right? So
Thank you so much.
And then based on the time difference, this time really can work.
I must really appreciate your commitment and your show of love. It's actually genuine, because I was just sharing as well that your time is far different from even my own current time. And when I look at the conversion from my own time to yours, I realized that oops, that's like 5 hours different. And that was going to be in the morning where you'll be waking up. I woke up this morning with a lot of pains in my heart. I was like, am I sure this lady will be able to make it? Because if I'm feeling this way, how much more her? You know, and I'm so glad when I saw you, I saw your message, I saw you were straight on the, I was like, oh God, this is awesome. I'm quite short of words, but I'm very grateful for you making that time. It shows that you really desire the success of other people, and for you to leave your own comfort zone, to break your own rules, to be part of us, and you didn't hold back. You know, you revealed everything that we should know to be successful personally and to be successful collectively as a team. We are very, very grateful for this time. It's a lot. My book is so filled up right now. And I want to just, after this section, after the retreat, I want to sit back and just reflect deeply on these things and then get to work on some of the things we've shared. And we hope that for every other people who are here who have received and learned and heard, I hope it also add up to your own personal knowledge, and you're able to become better personally and to your role here in Vishtech. Thank you once again, Faye. And if there's another question from anybody, later I will share with you. Right? So thank you. And we want to...
Congratulations to you. Congratulations, everybody. I wish you a very, very good time and success and growth in this endeavor.
Thank you so much. And all our regards to the whole of Canada. Yeah, everyone in Canada.
That's the thing. They don't deserve my time, so like I'm not going to do that. But I will give my time to the people that deserve it. See, there's a level of pride that you will have. Now, this is not the pride that pride as in what it literally means. But again, as we grow, okay, you remember now we always wanted to be people that are available for their people. And I just want to be there. But again, as we're growing through this thing, especially in 2020, it was that point I realized that look, you cannot have time. Everybody they should deserve your time. Right? So it was at that point I started to separate. You are this. If I call you my friend, that's when I can do what I just did. But if it is really another person, oh my God. And somehow, I don't like growing alone. I like that all of us, we are growing, right? You're growing, I'm growing, we are all growing. And so, Okwe will not enter my DM and say, hello, Faye, and will be waiting for me to come and respond. Like, I will not. It is pride, though. People see it as pride. But again, as you're growing, you just realize that there's a better way to do it, and realize that people need to deserve your time, because now your access be that.
That's true.
Don't let me continue, please.
Yeah, we talk. Yeah, that's a lot there, and we'll be willing to be part of your conferences, your seminars, what have you that you might organize anytime from now. Please send us a invitation. I personally will all be part of it. Yeah. Thank you so much, and please do have a great day ahead of you there.
Everybody, Naomi, Robert, I don't remember the other person's name, but bye-bye, Ishaya, Robert, Victor, and HR, right? I don't remember her name, but
Mrs. Asat.
Asat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Yeah, so it's been a great time, guys, and I think it's about time we call it a season. This is the first edition of our retreat. It's been a lot. I just felt like this was physical, because the way I feel right now is the way I usually feel when I'm in a physical meeting, where thoughts where I've been deep into, what she did there was a very, very intensive section, I must tell you, because she unveiled some practicality that's applicable, that's real. And if you have picked anything, please apply it. It works. It really, really works. And I hope that this will help you become better in what you do personally for yourself, and what you do also in Vishtech. And this brings us to the end of our retreat. I know we spent an hour, 20 minutes extra. But if you ask me, I think it's worth it. I know it's probably also probably inconvenient for some of us who probably have other things to do at this time. We sincerely apologize for that. And just like we said, we can decide to put whatever we want to put into our time if it's a priority. So for me, this is a priority for me, and I wouldn't complain. But then I would only see how I can manage my other activities to fit into 24 hours I have for today. So thank you so much once again for being through since yesterday up to now. I understand it's a lot, committing 3 hours, 4 hours to come and learn. But then we appreciate this time as we grow further into our future. Thank you once again. I will plan for another edition. We'll kickstart so that we can start announcing on time for you to start preparing your schedule ahead of time so you will not miss out. So please prepare ahead. Another edition is coming. It's going to be more intensive. Probably next time we're going to have probably fewer course, but longer time. I think that's what we'll do because I realized that these guys, we told them to just come and give us peanuts, like just give us an overview for us to be able to take it on a deeper level later on. But they came and just go deeper. Great, great, great. So probably next time we'll just have few topics and a few courses. We have longer time for each of them. So thank you so much. If you have any question or any concern, please share with me. Share my DM. You can share with admin or the HR head. We will get your feedback and we will work with it. And another form will be shared, an evaluation form will be shared with us on the group. Please let's take our time and fill it. Let's put in genuine answers there. We want to work with those data. I want to work with those data you're going to fill and for us to make better decisions and make better structure. All right, thank you. And let's prepare. Next week is our launch. It's going to be massive. Can I hear it grumpy? Yeah, so next week is going to be our launch and about 1 to 11 to 1 Nigerian time. So we hope to work within that time, but let's prepare our mind. Plus or minus might be, but let's prepare our mind, and it's going to be a great time. But next week is not the whole thing is going to change. It's going to become advanced. It's going to be more intensive, and only the strong, only the worthy, only the passionate, only the committed, only the consistent can remain. And I hope to continue to work with you all as we grow into the future of Vishtech. Thank you so much once again for being a part of this retreat. I love you all and I want the best for every one of you. Thank you and have a great weekend ahead of you. We'll see you again on Monday, 8 p.m. for our Monday meeting. So until then, have fun, take your time, chill out. Bye.